Before I came out, I checked the National Weather Service, and it shows sustained gusts around 30 plus miles per hour. But then there will be some strong gusts around 55 to 60 miles per hour. And it definitely feels like that. If you watched my last video, this definitely feels like there's some more wind, especially some of the quick gusts. Pretty difficult to walk forward. But here's one thing I want to show you. I couldn't believe how many people were actually showing up to check this out. I saw kids, I saw their parents, other people that were out here checking things out. Earlier in the day, if you were watching, there were some real deal waves coming up along the canal wall. Let me give you a better idea what's going on. Yeah, I can't believe this microphone can really shield the wind like this, because it is unbelievable. And I'm sure you've been watching the camera, so you know what's going on. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to adjust my glove because I got to get my fingers back in the glove, just because of wind. When it's exposed, it gets really cold. Okay, there we go. So what I did today, I don't have the gimbal with me to help stabilize the shot. I'm just freehanding this camera because I think I'll get a better result just holding it steady instead of having that device. But take a look at the ice. Show you into the canal. Hey everybody, show you into the canal. As you can see, it really got saturated with snow and ice. I was watching earlier and there was a lot of waves. They were coming up over the top, but what has happened now with the wind has pushed everything over here on this side of Lake Superior. So you have ice everywhere. Further out you will have some white caps, obviously, but everything has been really pushed to this side. Let me get a better view for you over here. I know that we've all been watching the cam, and I'm going to get a better perspective for you over here. There's the city of Duluth in the background. Just try to hang with it. Hopefully the picture is okay for you, because remember, there's a lot of moisture hitting that lens, so it's not going to be as dry. Hey everybody, I'm watching my step as I walk. I don't have to worry about the waves. As you can see, all of that snow and ice have really covered the shores here. Woo! Boy, I'll tell you, that wind, I would easily estimate it. Again, I'm not a meteorologist, but I'm saying that we are close to 50 plus easily at times. I really wanted to capture the waves for you. Hey David, hey everybody. Again, we will have sunny skies ahead. We will have nice conditions ahead. So let's just, boy, I don't know if you can hear that wind, but it is just, it's brutal. This face mask that I have on really makes a big difference. And again, you do see a lot of people that are down here right now. So I'm going to walk over a little further by the Bayfield. Let's get a look at what's going on. Very hack it on. Is the video quality okay? Again, when you have this type of weather, it can pose an issue with the network connectivity. So let me know if audio and video is okay. I'll periodically try to, okay, great. Hey Ralphie. Yeah, the wind is pretty crazy. But you're able to hear me? I mean, I can barely hear myself. So look, I'm able to walk off. If you've been here in Duluth, you have this ledge right here. I'm going to be able to just walk right down with this ice and snow. Take a look at these ice chunks though. I mean, these are very significant. Excellent. So I'll show you my boot. I mean, I got a size 13 boot here. And I mean, looks like I might be on Mars. If I'm showing you this video right here, you might believe it. Or on the moon. Well, let's take a look at this canal. Nothing is moving, just real thick ice and snow. And I did take a look at marine traffic AIS. You have a lot of ships that are hunkered down for obvious reasons. Take a look at the flag up there. I'm not able to really zoom in for you because when I take my fingers out of the gloves, just that little bit of exposure to the wind with the wind chill, you can really feel it. I mean, it literally hurts. Let me take you over here. There's some action going on in the parking lot. Let's take a peek at some of the tourists and even the locals. Actually, I don't think there's any tourists here on a Tuesday doing this. So you take a look at the museum, the Bayfield, the bridge. Again, take a look at that flag. You're just joining. North of 50 mile per hour gusts at times. Take a look at some of the headlights. You're going to be able to really pick up the wind a little better. Again, I think this was a good idea that I took the gimbal off and I'm just holding this freehand. It gives me a little better ability to stabilize the shot. Try to wipe off this lens periodically for you. Up by the lake walk and see what's going on over here. Now, what's going on as well with the weather is the temperature is hovering around 30, 31, 32, 33 degrees. So at any given moment, there will be a transition in the precipitation. I mean, you might have snow, then you'll have freezing rain, then you'll have rain. So really dangerous conditions in particular. If you are driving for sure, I would not be driving on 35W in or out of Duluth right now because of the wind. It just creates that blowing snow and hazardous conditions to drive. But we're up here on the lake walk right now. Doesn't look too bad, as you can imagine. It's a very flat surface, so the wind isn't giving that snow a chance to pile up. Definitely feel an uptick in the wind gusts as I come up here on the lake walk portion. A little more exposure to the wind. You can see Duluth in the background. Again, I think you have a lot of people that are coming out to check this out. I hope you are having a warmer evening. We're going to walk right back down here. Yeah, it is pretty icy, so I'm really watching my step. I'm walking very flat-footed. That way I could catch myself, trying to stay as loose as possible just to catch myself as well. The trick is just walk a little slower. Just like in these conditions, drive a little slower. And you know, it's funny if you think about this. If any of you have driven in the ice, the snow, these type of conditions in the Midwest or other areas of the country, you know what's funny is, so I have a big SUV, four-wheel drive, and you know, here I'm taking my time in the right lane and, you know, driving slower than I probably should just to make sure I'm safe. And then I have a vehicle that just goes right by me, a small car, and they're just flying by you. So again, just try to slow up out on those roads that prevent yourself or others from getting hurt. Now let's flip the topic over to the vessels, the ship traffic out here in Duluth and Superior. As we look at me walk around here in Canal Park, next to the lift bridge, sure, the conditions don't look that great. But now imagine yourself as one of the members of the crew on any one of these ships that are out right now on Lake Superior. And obviously a lot of them have hunkered down, but it's still a scary situation. And can get really intense. And obviously with the technology now, where you have the navigation and a lot of information at your disposal, imagine 100 years ago where you had some of these captains and these vessels sailing on a day like today in the middle of the lake, and they didn't have the technology to know the storm was coming, so they're right in the thick of everything. Still substantial wind, I would say easily 40 plus miles per hour. When I was standing up there on the lake walk area, I think we were probably closer to 55 miles per hour at times. Someone asked about the camera I use. This is just an iPhone. It's a new iPhone 13 Plus, I believe it is. 63, someone said, for the temperature. How I could just wish for that right now. I am very surprised if you are still able to hear me, because I am not joking when I say it's hard to even hear myself. It is that loud. It's like being in a wind tunnel, because I have a hood up and that wind gets in under the hood and it just almost amplifies that wind noise. But I'm going to tell you something. I want you to remember this day for me. So if I'm live streaming a ship and I complain about the rain, I complain about the humidity, I want you to remind me about this day and some of these cold days. So I'm making a decision right now that you will not hear me complain about the weather. I can promise you that. Anytime in the spring, you will not hear me complain about the weather. And I'm just going to truck right through. If it's raining, if there's wind, as long as I can see grass on the ground and I don't have to go out in freezing temperatures, I'll be a happy camper. So just allow me to be a little less glass half full during the winter months, because I'll fill that glass back up during the summer with some positivity, okay? But take a look at the wall right here and this walkway here in the canal. I mean, this is significant ice and snow, and there's just no way that this is going to melt anytime soon. The gusts have really picked up. I don't know if anybody's checking on National Weather Service, but whoa. Pretty serious wind right now. Let's get a little closer to the Bayfield. Let's take a look at those flags. Take a look on top of the roof. You can really see there. Bayfield has a little bit of protection by that building, but on top, let me see if I can zoom in here. Take a look at those flags. It is moving. But again, you got some people over here, and again, the young kids, I've noticed, they've come out of these cars and they are just having a good time. I mean, obviously it looks like the parents are allowing them to come out and enjoy some of the fun here with the wind. Obviously we're in a safe situation here, walking around by the lift bridge. Let me try to wipe this off, but take a look up the lights in the parking lot. Let me try to hold it still and maybe even zoom in. This is where you will really see some of that blowing snow. That right there gives you a good visual of the wind. And I'm going to tell you, that's snow, and then there's a little, I would say a touch of freezing rain, and there may be sleet. And you can actually feel the density of the sleet when it hits your face versus the snow. Did you just see that? There you go. Now, you ever heard of thunder snow? You just saw there is two things that either happened. You had a transformer that just blew out in the distance, or that was lightning. There was a possibility of what they call thunder snow tonight because of the atmospheric conditions and the temperature. But you saw that flash here a few seconds ago in the distance. Again, either a transformer that blew, which is a very high possibility, or it could have been lightning. I'm leaning on a transformer because, again, I'm not a meteorologist, but I've heard of thunder snow. I don't know about that lightning though. That's a little too much going on. I'm thinking, wow. I'm telling you, my face is being hit by sleet, I would say, at this point, and you can really feel it. The way that I would describe it to you, so then you can get a better understanding of what it feels like. I would say it feels like very light sand. If you've been in the desert and there's blowing sand and it hits your face, it's exactly what I would describe it feels like. Okay, so it was blue. That's something to remember. If you see blue, very good indication that's electrical. Thank you so much for clarifying that. Again, as I'm looking in the dark sky and I see a flash, first thing I think of is it could be thunder snow, but I think that's more of just the audible noise versus lightning. Again, I'm not a certified meteorologist. Yeah, there's a chance that people in this area could lose power. I mean, when you're talking about 50 plus mile per hour wind. Now, I'm going to tell you, as I sit here right now, I do feel a lull with the wind, so that it'll come in waves. Heavy wind, and then it eases off. And that large pile of snow, let me come over here and zoom in on that for you. I think a lot of you have been watching the camera too. I've seen a lot of people that will walk around the green gate. They'll walk right over here, along the wall, over that snowbank, and onto the wall, onto that walkway. Yeah, I'm really getting pelted with that sleet. But yeah, that's a no-no. You definitely don't want to do that. Hey, there's Minnesota News Now. There's a person that definitely knows something about weather and covering it. Again, really, my passion and my topic typically 99% of the time are the ships, but this kind of ties into Duluth ships and just the overall feeling of the area right now. And it's 50 mile per hour wind gusts, and I think it'd be pretty interesting to look at. But definitely Jason, he knows something about getting in the weather and really checking it out for people. I really appreciate that when he does it. Minnesota News Now. So let me ask all of you in the comment if you could just, again, I know I'm going to see some numbers that are going to be really appealing to me, but tell me what the temperature is and what city you're in right now, so that I can get an idea of what everybody's doing from a weather perspective. You can see what I'm doing. I want to get an idea what you are doing. And I can only wish with some of these temperatures, I'm guessing. '65 in Columbus. Chuck, that is ideal. Yeah, you know, I'll take a 40. 32 though, okay. So you're in Elk River. Meg, yeah, it's, you know, we've had some crazy stuff down in the Twin Cities with weather. Yep, Minneapolis, 36. 26. Did you just see that? Vernon, Arizona, 26 degrees. So when you think of Arizona, look, it's the desert. It can fluctuate too. So if you think about it, Arizona, 27 from, yep, 27, 75. Do we have any 80s? Do we have any 80s? Come on down. Any 80s. 60s. Yeah, well, you know what? It's I'm looking forward to that time, and I told you before, I am making you a promise. I will not complain. If there's humidity, if it's 90, you will not hear a peep out of me. Oh wow, 65 in Iowa City. Interesting. Grand Rapids, yep, love it up there. Tampa, 76 degrees. Love it down there. That Clearwater, the Clearwater beaches, really legit. There you go. There's 82, San Antonio. Excellent food down there in San Antonio. Thunderstorm, yep. Austin. I was just down in Austin not too long ago. But yeah, I just want to come out here and show you what's going on with the weather. I know that, I mean, there isn't too much to see. You can't really see the wind. I know that you probably can hear it, and we all know that it's happening. But let me go over here again to show you visually with the lights. Now you can really see it. So just let me get a little closer for you. You know, I'm kind of in a way a weather nut that anytime that there's some significant snow or rain or any type of event, I'm one of those people that I'm always updating, checking the weather. Again, I'm not a meteorologist or anything, but it's just always fun to keep track of what's going on. So let me get a little closer here to the light in the parking lot. Try to wipe this lens off for you. Getting a little bit of ice buildup actually on my camera. So what I did is I brought a paper towel just in case. Oh, there's an ice buildup. Give me 1 second, try to wipe this off. Okay, that should be a little better. So let's see if we can make out. So there, I would call this a lull right now in the action. There's still wind that you can see there with the snow and the sleet. But that'll give you a visual representation of what's going on with that wind right there. 87 there in Texas. We'll keep our eye out. I see a lot of people still, like I say, people come out and brave these conditions, checking things out. But again, I want to backtrack a little bit and just let's really think about this. Well, that's actually Duluth Fire Department probably coming down here checking things out. Probably coming down just to make sure everything is good. It's probably looking over and say, who's that crazy guy over there? Let's go back over by the canal, just take one more peek over there. I'm surprised that we're able to get a decent amount of light here in the evening. Again, there are some lights in the area, but it seems like the camera's picking up the light pretty decently. Are you still able to hear the audio pretty decent on your end? Which I still can't believe you can even hear him saying anything. So what I have for a microphone, I have a wireless microphone. Okay, excellent. Thank you, Chuck. I have a wireless microphone. One end plugs into my phone, to the charging port. And then I have a wireless microphone that goes into what's called a dead cat. It's a very weird term, but what that is if you ever seen the professional microphones where that's kind of that furry, fuzzy material that is at the end of the mic, that is really there to essentially as a windshield, blocks the wind out. So it's actually doing a good job today. 24 degrees, blizzard in eastern North Dakota. Now when you talk about traveling roads, there's actually a police officer right here. I'm sure they want to just make sure that I'm okay. Or maybe they're actually observing what's going on too. Definitely, I feel the wind picking up. Definitely feel the wind picking up substantially. You have some people here in the parking lot. Some more people coming out, checking things out. First time I've ever seen a Duluth police squad actually driving up here in Canal Park. But again, you know what they're doing? My guess is this isn't here to do any type of taking pictures or having fun. This officer is checking for any issues, or possibly is going to be sitting there to prevent people or discourage them from going down by the canal. Just trying to prevent a situation from occurring, which is a very smart move. Because we all know, just like I told you, when you're driving on the road 35W, you have people that are driving by you extremely fast and shouldn't be doing that. Update with the wind, I would say that we're sitting probably 45 miles per hour easily with some of these gusts. Yeah, I've seen that too. Again, people have behind the green gates, and again, what they're doing is they're walking along that wall. They walk up that snow pile that you see right there. And my goodness. Hey, there's Morna. Now, there's a person in Australia, and I know that we have chatted together in the comments section, Morna. It's great to see you joining the live. And this is what you're missing here. I'm sure that you aren't interested in trading the weather there in Australia for 30 degrees, freezing rain, sleet, snow, and 50 mile per hour wind gusts. If you'd like to trade, I mean, I'm okay with that. It's up to you, though. We'll have to work out the details. That's a place that I've never been, Australia, and especially when it comes to shipping and ports. Sydney Harbor is a beautiful place. Everybody probably remembers the Sydney Opera House. But again, you know I love the ships and those vessels, and honestly, that is a great place to catch some really cool ocean-going ships. Yeah, that's what the temperature. Let me guess, Morna, can you just tell us what the temperature Fahrenheit is there for you right now? Make a couple of us here in the United States, especially in the Midwest, a little jealous. Again, take a look at some of these. I mean, those are solid, dense blocks of ice. If I haven't already, I want to thank you for joining on this Tuesday evening. Got some people out here having some fun, checking out the weather. Let me wipe off this lens for you. Let's go over here by the canal. Don't want to get too close. Show the officer I'm not going to do anything crazy. We'll stand right about here. Really, you don't see any water, nothing open. It's just all the ice and snow that is completely pushed together at this point. It goes without saying there's going to be zero vessel traffic going through the lift bridge. But again, thank you for joining the live stream. It's always fun coming out, showing you what's going on. You know me, I'm just out here having fun. No agenda. Just love looking at the ships. And I hope you liked that video with the tug. I mean, I have really over time grown to love the tug Missouri. Just all of the help that it provides the ships. And just looks cool too with the green and the red color scheme. Take a look at the size of that ice that she has right there. Looks like she's carrying a football, what'd you say? See, they're smart. They got goggles on. Take a look at the person in the front right there. Huge ice chunk. Some people carry footballs. We here in Duluth, we carry ice chunks. And again, you can't fault anybody for coming out and just checking this out, having some fun. I mean, you gotta do something, I guess, positive in these type of situations. Sure, you can hunker down in your house, but you being safe and you're having fun and, you know, not putting anybody else in harm's way, I think there's nothing wrong with exploring and checking things out, as long as you're doing it safe and you're thinking ahead of time. Now, I would never do something like this in Superior. I definitely would not go to the Superior entry and do the same video, because as I've told you before, it's very isolated, not many people out there, and then there's the what if something happened, right? What if there was an issue with the power outage and I wasn't able to get cell coverage? What if something happened to my vehicle, right? I'm not going to put myself in that situation, but I'm okay here. Let's go up one more time and check out the lake walk and just get an up. Now, okay, now I'm really feeling the wind here. Woo! Right there, that's going to pick up what the conditions feel like. Raspberry Zinger herbal tea. Sounds pretty good. Get a little more light as we get up here by the lake walk, and the lake walk was rebuilt a few years back. Beautiful, beautiful running, biking, anything you really want to do. So if you come to Duluth, you definitely want to check it out. Oh, yeah, just you get pelted with some of those pieces of sleet or snow, dense snow. You can really feel it. I'm glad I have this mask on. But the lake walk goes from right here all the way around. I don't know what the distance would be, but it's a long ways, and it's just a beautiful view the whole way around. And you definitely want to do it on a nicer day. This right here that's covered up, it is a boat, but during the spring and summer, when they open this up, and in the fall, this is actually a small cafe that you can order food from and drinks. So that's kind of neat, having something real close to you. And you have a lot of different restaurants in the area, as you can imagine. If you've never been here, there's the famous Grandma's right there in the distance. Got some more people coming down here to check out the conditions. Still sitting at about 40-mile-per-hour gusts. Well, hey, I came out here, wanted to show you what's going on. Again, I hope you are having a warmer and less windy Tuesday night. So this is the storm. Hopefully it's going to get calm here. I think the conditions are going to worsen over the next couple hours, but then it's going to lessen through the early morning and into to tomorrow. So, well, look, as always, boat friends, you know it means a lot to me that you join me and we have some fun together. So thank you. I consider all you friends, and we will have warmer days ahead, and we will have more ships ahead. So again, Thank you so much. I appreciate you spending some time with me, and I am now going to go get warm. And actually, some of that tea actually sounds pretty good. So I'll see what I can whip up, but it's going to be warm. There's no doubt about it. So both friends, have a great Tuesday night. I will see you.